Thero Saranai, dear Dhamma friends. I am Wewathenne Dhammalankara from Labnurukanda Forest Monastery, North Central Province in Sri Lanka. So I am very happy to discuss the Dhamma teachings of the Buddha. So as usually, before we start the sermon, invite to the Wewathenne. Samanta Cakkavalesu Atra Gacchantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajassa Sunantu Saggamokkadang Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta. So now, all together, pay homage to our great teacher Samma Sambuddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Dear Dhamma friends, today we are going to discuss another important discourse preached by our great teacher Samma Sambuddha. Of course, this sutta is preached Venerable Ananda. So, however we say, that is Buddha's preaching. So, sutta number is 88 in Majjhima Nikaya. So, sutta name is Bāhitikasuttaṃ. So, very simple Dhamma factors are included in this sutta. But those factors are very important for our bhavana and for our Dhamma knowledge. So, this is how sutta is started. At that time, Blessed One the Buddha was dwelling at Savatthi, Jeta's grove in Anathapindika's monastery. So, Venerable Ananda went to the Pindapata. After the Pindapata, when he returned to the Migaramatu Pasada, he went to the Migara mother's temple, so Visakha's temple. He went after the Pindapata, Visakha's temple. So when at that time, King Kosala, Asenadi of Kosala, went somewhere with elephant. So when then King Kosala saw Venerable Ananda coming in the distance and asked from him Minister Sirivada, that is Venerable Ananda, is it not? Is it not? Then he said, yes, that is Venerable Ananda. Then King Kosala said, some man, Ambo Purisa, that means a good man, come and ask Venerable Ananda to you go after go and worship Venerable Ananda and ask this. If not any urgent business, wait for a bit out of compassion. So that man said, okay, sir, replied, okay, sir, and he went to the Venerable Ananda and said. Then Venerable Ananda accept in silence. Adivasesiko Anando Tunni Bhavi. Venerable Ananda accept it in silence. Then the King Kosala I think he is old now. As far as elephant could go, he went from the elephant, and after the dismounted from the elephant, he went on foot to Venerable Ananda, and then he worshipped and said this, Venerable Sir, if not have any urgent business, can you come to the bank of the Achiravati river, please, out of compassion? Then Venerable Ananda accept that, and Venerable Ananda went on foot on the bank of the Achiravati river and sat down under a root of a tree. So again, king went from elephant, as far as elephant could go. He went from elephant and dismounted from elephant. He went to the Venerable Ananda on foot, and after going, he worshipped Venerable Ananda, and he offered his seat. He has elephant rug, so he offered that, but Venerable Ananda said, "No, king, I have my seat, so you use that seat and be seated." Then that is the story behind the discussion. Now, then king asked this, Venerable Ananda, does the Buddha do any bodily behavior that Samanas and Brahmins would blame? That is the first question. Then Venerable Ananda say this, no, great king, the Buddha never do any bodily behavior that wise Samanas and Brahmins would blame. So that is the answer. Then second time he asked this, Venerable Ananda, would does the Buddha do any verbal behavior that Samanas and Brahmins would blame? Again he said this, no, great king, the Buddha never do any verbal behavior wise people would blame, wise Samanas and Brahman would blame. That is the answer. Third time also he asked this, Venerable Ananda, does the Buddha do any mental behavior that Samanas and Brahmins would blame? Then again he said, no, great king, Buddha never do any mental behavior that wise Samanas and Brahmins would blame. That was the answer. So when this was said, great king was happy. So he said, Acharyang Bante Abhutang Bante. It is marvelous, Venerable Sir, it is great. I thought in various way this question, but I did not get correct answer. So you solved this question. So I am happy. So I think this is very important point. If I ask now what the Venerable Ananda's answer, I think you are not able to answer. Why? Because it is very important. So now I ask, now this is the question, what is the Venerable Ananda, does the Buddha do any bodily behavior that Samanas and Brahmins would blame? Can you answer? So I think you can't. So this is the answer. So you will say, no, you will say this, no, the blessed, no, the Buddha doesn't do any bodily behavior that Sramanas and Brahmins would blame. So that answer is wrong. If you say no, no, the Buddha doesn't do any bodily behavior that Samanas and Brahmins would blame, that answer is wrong. Why? The Vinyu is the most important word. Nako Maharaja Tathagato, Nako Maharaja Bhagava, Tatarupam Kaya Samacharan Samacharaya, Oparambo Samanehi Brahmani Vinyuhiti. This is the important word. So, but the Kosala did not ask with this word. So, Venerable Anand filled this one. Venerable Anand completed this word. What is the word? Vinyu. Vinyu means wise. So, Buddha doesn't do any mental or verbal or bodily behavior that wise Vinyu, wise Sramanas and Brahmins would blame. That is the correct answer. So, wait for a bit. So, we have to understand some Dhamma factors in this point. So, when we do some work, when we do some business, what should we consider? So, sometimes you try to practice Dhamma, sometimes you try to practice meditation, bhavana. So many things you can try to, you are going to start, but you think what other people think. So you should not consider about that. You should consider what? You should consider what wise people think. That is the important point. So Buddha, sometime when Buddha do some sermon, or when sometime Buddha do some bodily behavior, some people criticize. All the time, all the people doesn't admire Buddha's behavior. Why? Because those people are not wise. So what is the point we should consider? Wise people thinking. So when this is the first point in the sutta, now we can go to the continue. So after that he asked this. So Venerable Ananda, I never follow the people who does not investigate, does not think correctly. I all the time follow people who think in regular manner. So that is his idea. Then again he asked this. Okay, Venerable Ananda, then what is the what are the bodily behavior that what is the bodily behavior that wise Samanas and Brahmins would blame? Then Venerable Ananda say, Yoko Maharaja Kaya Samacharo, Yoko Maharaja Kaya Samacharo Akusalo. That is the bodily behavior. If some bodily behavior is unwholesome, that is the bodily behavior wise Samanas and Brahmins would blame. If some bodily behavior is unwholesome, that is the bodily behavior wise Samanas and Brahmins would blame. Then he asked this, Venerable Sir, then what is the bodily behavior that wise Samanas and Brahmins, what are the, Venerable Sir, that bodily behavior that is unwholesome? Then Venerable Ananda said this, great king, if some bodily behavior is blameworthy, that is the bodily behavior unwholesome. Again he asked, then Venerable Sir, what is the bodily behavior that is blameworthy? Again he says this, Venerable Ananda, if some bodily behavior bodily behavior is has bad result. So that means if some Yoko Maharaja Kaya Samacharo Sabhyapajyo, if some bodily behavior is cruelly done, so that is the bodily behavior that is blameworthy. Then when this was said, he asked again, then Venerable Ananda, what is the bodily behavior that is cruelly done? Then he says, if some bodily behavior has bad result, that is the bodily behavior which is cruelly done. So again he asked this. Then what is the Venerable's bodily behavior that has bad result? Then again he said, then great king, if some bodily behavior guides or leads my own affliction, to if some bodily behavior guides or leads to my own affliction, to affliction of others, and to affliction of both. So those are the bodily behavior that has bad results. Again, then he said, when someone do these things, his wholesome state is decreased, and unwholesome state is when someone do this thing, his wholesome state is decreased, unwholesome state is increase. This is the nature that the akusala, that the unwholesome side. So now you can understand what are the kusala karma. How do we do the kusala karma? Now, just now, in this moment, you can think how do we understand kusala karma and akusala karma. So when you do some bodily behavior, your body with your body, so you can consider this bodily behavior, does this bodily behavior cause my own affliction, to my own affliction, or to affliction of others, or affliction of both? So that is how you can think. So now, just now you can think about your bodily behavior. So that is what the important point in this discourse in the first time. And then he asked again about the verbal behavior in the same way. Venerable Ananda gave the answer in the same way. And again he asked about the mental behavior. So what are the Venerables' mental behavior that wise Samanas and Brahmins would blame? Again, Venerable Ananda gave his answer in that way. The unwholesome and blameworthy bad results, and blameworthy and cruelly done bad result, and leads to my own affliction, others' own affliction, and affliction of both. So that is the way. Then after that he asked, Venerable Sir, all the all the mental, all the akusala karma, all the unwholesome side is rejected or criticized by the Buddha. Does the Buddha criticize all the unwholesome side? Then Venerable Ananda said this: Buddha has all the good, all the wholesome karma. That is the Buddha's life. And Buddha has eliminated all the unwholesome karma. That is what the Venerable Ananda's answer. Again, he said this. Again, Kosala asked this. Venerable Sir, then what is the bodily behavior that wise people would not blame. Wise people doesn't blame. So then now I think you can understand what are the bodily behavior that wise people doesn't blame. Wholesome and not wholesome karma. When you do wholesome karma, the wise people would not blame. When you do wholesome verbal wholesome karma, mental wholesome karma, the wise people would not blame. So in that manner, you can understand mental karma, mentally behavior, and verbal behavior, and body behavior in the good side. So now you can understand now how should we consider about my action. So just now you can think what I am saying. Now you can think what I am saying, what I am discussing. So now I am preaching. So is this verbal behavior good for me? Yes. So then it is wholesome karma. And again we have to think: does this verbal behavior cause to others affliction? No. Then it is kusala karma. So in the same way, you can think what I am thinking now. Now I am thinking about Dhamma. Now I am thinking about the Bhavana. Or now I am thinking about impermanence. Now I am thinking about Metta. So then, does it cause to my own affliction? No. Does it cause to affliction of others? No. Does it cause to affliction of both? No. Then that is kusala karma. So now you can understand what is the bad karma and what is the good karma. Now you can understand this moment. How do you consider about your body, verbal, and mental? Kaya and Vachi and Mano. Those are the Pali words. So after this discussion, King Kosa said this: it is great, Venerable Ananda, Acharyang Bante, Abhutam Bante. You preach this Dhamma exactly well. So if you take elephant, I offer I offer elephant to you. If you take horse, I offer horse to you. And if you take village, I offer village to you. But I know you don't accept it. So I have very precious cloth here, sent by the King Ajasatta. So please accept this. Then Venerable Ananda said, no, great king, my triple robe is complete. Then he said this: Venerable Ananda, you can see this Achiravati river. So when it is rain on the mountain, the Achiravati river is overflowing. The same way, if you take this my cloth, then you prepare 3 robes for you. Then all 3 robes you give others. In that way, my offering is overflowing. So please accept out of compassion. Then Venerable Ananda accepted, and he said, now Venerable Sir, it is time to go, I should go. Then Venerable Ananda said, okay, king, you can go now. Then Venerable Ananda went to the Buddha and said all the story and offered the cloth. So after that, Buddha said this: the King Kosala has had a great opportunity. King Kosala had great game. So that is the Buddha said about the Venerable Ananda's preaching. So that is the end of the sutta, and that is the end of the sermon. So if you have any question about this, please ask me. So that is very simple sutta, but there are so many important practice. So we can practice as bhavana, that Dhamma practice. So all the time you can check about your mind with this Dhamma practice. So now also in this moment you can think. So therefore that is very important sutta, Bāhitikasuttaṃ. So now I end this sermon. So if you have any question, please keep a message. So we have friends joined with us. So Menal and Molika, Janaki Balasurya, Jayanta Fernando, and Geeta Brown. So exactly, Janaki Balasurya. Bante, how the lady find out whether their mental, verbal, or bodily behavior hurt another person. So exactly when we do any kind of action, so we should think about when I go in. Sorry, for example, you can think when I sit in this manner. When I sit in this manner, you have common sense. So, so this sitting hurt to others. So then you can consider about your idea, about your idea. Now when you go somewhere, so that style or that manner hurt others, you can understand when you for example, when you say some word, so your intention all the time you have to think why I am saying this. These words are good or not. These words are clear or unclear. So you can check them. So then you can understand that if that hurt to others, that is how you have to think about that. So again, you can think when I plan to blame others. So when I plan to blame others, what happened? So if I do this, so he become upset. So that should not be done. So that is how we have to understand hurt or not to others. So that is the answer I have to give about that. Sometimes this action could be, so you can't think about that exactly when you do some work. Sometimes when you practice bhavana, so others don't like it. So nothing to do with that. That is the important thing. So that is the point in this sutta. So when the Buddha criticized about the Magandhya, so I think you may have heard about the Magandhya's story. Buddha said, I don't like to touch this body, filthy body, even the finger of the leg, even my finger of the leg. So when this was heard, when this uh, word heard, so Magandhya get angry. But Buddha did not think about that. Why? Magandhya is not wise people, a wise lady. But why did the Buddha preach that? Buddha wanted to explain about the filthiness of the body. To whom? The Magandhya's mother and father. They have wisdom. So they said, this much of realization of the body, that is great. So that is why Buddha said to them that. So whatever Magandhya think, Buddha preached the truth. In the same way, whatever other people think, we should we should behave correctly. So that is the thing what should we consider. So when our lifestyle, when we do something, some people get angry, but nothing to do. We should we should do correcting according to the Dhamma. So if we can divide these mental and verbal and bodily action according to Dhamma, so I think you know about that, about the dasa kusala kamma. We can divide according to those kamma, but without any dividing, we can think about our body actions. So that is what we should think of. That is what we should think about that. So friends, I think now it is time to end of the discussion. So I am very happy to discuss like this Dhamma factors. So we can practice all the time this the point. So therefore we gathered so many kusala kamma by discussing this Dhamma. So as now it is time to end of the sermon, to end the sermon. So do anumodana. First of all, I would like to preach. I would like to get the permission to speak the name Most Venerable Mankadawala Sudassana Mahathera, Most Venerable Mankadawala Nandaratna Mahathera, Most Venerable Patmalik Marakaswa Mahathera, and Bhikkhu Pesala, Bhante Sudasso, Ayasoma, and all the Bhikkhu Sangha around the world, all Buddhist followers, especially our live joiners today. And now, friends, we transfer all the merits to Devasan. Akasatta ca Bhummatta Devanaga Mahidika Punyantang Anumoditva Tirang Rakkantu Buddha Sasanang Akasatta ca Bhummatta Devanaga Mahidika Punyantang Anumoditva Tirang Rakkantu Buddha Savakang Akasatta ca Bhummatta Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Bodhayantu Sivang Padang. So, Dhamma friends, now I bless to all of you. Please take the blessings. Abhivadana Silissa Nichang Uddha Pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijjatu. Thero Sarnai to all of you. Good morning, good evening, and good night.